Hi everyone, welcome to Humanity 520. I am your instructor, Dr. Weimin. I'm from philosophy department at CSUN. I heard a lot of good things about you guys. I heard you are very curious, very hardworking, and very inquisitive. And I can't wait actually to meet with you in the Zoom session. I have been teaching this class for this program for many years since its start. And I have to say, this is one of the most enjoyable classes I have ever been teaching. So I'm really excited to meet with you. Today, I'll give you a little bit introduction of myself and of this class. I have been studying and teaching philosophy for many years. I initially studied philosophy in China from Beijing University, and then I went to the University of Connecticut to get my PhD in philosophy in 2003. And after that, I came here to CSUN to teach. So it's been about 14 years since my start at CSUN. My specialization is mostly in philosophy of science, philosophy of mind, and Chinese philosophy, even though I started with mathematical logic with my under and master studies. This class is one of my favorite courses in all my teachings. It deals with very interesting and important concepts and that are relevant to everybody in everyday life. I made an introduction PowerPoint, so I'd like to share with you some important points with the PowerPoint. I actually have never made an online video before. This is the first time, and I actually like it. I hope you like it too. I don't, like to have my picture taken very often, but it seems to be doing okay so far. So let's share a screen with my PowerPoint. That's what I made instruction, and click my image larger. Let's move here a little bit. Here maybe, yeah. Anyway, so this class is really about some very important concepts. For example, the body, the mind, the self. And this concept, you can see, if you don't ask them, and everybody has some ideas about it, but when you try to ask them, try to understand exactly what they are, they're really difficult to figure out. And like Augustine talks about time, and here say, what's time? What's then is time? If no one asked of me, I know. If I wish to explain them to him who asked, I know not. So that's something with many concepts we're dealing here in this class. The body is a little bit easier, and we are not concerned with physical bodies at all. We're concerned with the ideas about the body. What is the ideal body? What's a perfect body? What's a beautiful body? What's a normal body? And the related concept including sexuality, including love and marriage. And how to approach this kind of issues. And we have to build on from our traditions. And the two most important traditions in the Western civilization is one the Greek Roman tradition, the other one is Christian tradition. And you'll see how much impact they still have on our contemporary society. And from that, we'll see how the tradition have impacted of understandings of ideals about the body, sexuality, love, and marriage. And then we hope, maybe after we understand that, we can have a certain freedom from such influences. If that's the case, at least we understand, where these influences are coming from. We'll see. The question is this. We often do not have a very, last answer to the questions. It's often left for you, for everybody, to find their own answers. The concept of mind is a more complex and difficult issue. And for example, starting from René Descartes, the French philosopher, we have a question about the nature of the mind. Is the mind a separate, independent substance from the body? And in the history, right, especially from the religious perspective, the mind, the spirit seem to have a separate, independent existence. And Descartes, from the philosophical perspective, also try to argue that the mind is separate, independent from the body. But modern sciences seem to point to the other direction. Given what we have understood from the neurosciences and from many physiological studies of the mind, it seems to be reasonable to say that the mind is not separate, it's not independent from the body, actually has a physical base. So that's the claim of the materialism. The mind is fundamentally a piece of matter. But then, in what sense? And that's something we have to explore in this class. The other question about, about the other things, not just the human beings, and the machines and animals. We're not going to talk about animals in this class. We don't have much time. But with machines, we can ignore that topic because machines are playing more and more important roles in our life. So we have to see, can machines have mind someday? What does that mean, right? And people say, okay, can machine maybe intelligent someday? Again, you have to clarify the intelligence. What is intelligence? So we have the so-called Turing test, which we are going to discuss in this class in some details. And another topic, which is actually much more complicated and complex, is the notion of consciousness. What do you mean by conscious? Can consciousness be scientifically studied? And can machines, can computers someday be conscious? These are really, really hard questions. My mind is blowing up. So the last concept we're going to deal with in the class about the self. We all know that we have a self, but what is it? Is that important? So this also related to the question also called personal identity, right? Am I the same person as the person I was, say 10 years before? Or am I the same person as the person I will be in 10 days or in 10 years before? What does that matter? Actually, some philosophers like Derek Parfit would say the notion of personal identity is not that important. How come? We'll see. And the other issue regarding the self is that do we have to, have a central point that guides the self, the direction, the thread that connects different parts of life together, and you have, the goal, the direction to go. And some people, argue that, contrary to the majority opinion, that kind of goal, centralized goal, may not be necessary. You could live in the moment. Wow, how could that be? Okay, we'll see. Yeah, at the last part of semester, we'll see that. So all these are interesting, important questions, and we hope in this class to get a deeper and clearer understanding of them. And these are important. I would say these are probably the most important skills we can have. We're going to develop some, important skills like reading, writing, and thinking skills in philosophical sense, which the philosophical reading, writing, and thinking is different from the other reading, writing, and thinking you will see. And also, these are really, really important questions which you can benefit in everyday life. So let me talk a little bit about assignment because you may have a lot of questions about it. So the first one is about distractions. I have to emphasize that philosophy is all about distractions, and the distraction forums are hopefully to help us with our distractions. We're not going to only have the online distractions in the Zoom session, but also you can continue to discuss distractions in the online forums. And we have two parts for the forums. One is that you have to post responses before the class to the reading prompts. And then after class, you have to respond to other students' responses, and as well to the discussion we have in the Zoom sessions. So it provides you, before the class, a chance to reflect and think about the issues on your own, and then after class, a chance to continue to think about the issues and respond to the other people thinking on these issues as well. So these are 30% of the grade, which indicate how important I think this discussion should be. I also give you two short assignments, the essay writing. It's about 3 to 4 pages, not much. Give you a chance to develop your writing skills on a specific philosophical topic. And the last part is about the final project. Before, when I taught the class, I required a final paper. Now I don't, because the time too short to do the final paper, at least to do it well. So I now give you only a group project. So 2 or 3 students work together and do the project. And you can do the class presentation first in the last weeks. And then after the presentation, you can get the feedback from me, from a student, and they can file a last written report. So I hope that's easier, but equally rigorous and equally beneficial to you. And last part is about the participation. Here, I really want you to participate either online in the Zoom session and in the discussion forums, or after this class, you can email, you can continue to think about the issues. This is pretty soft grade. I wish everybody will get 100% on this. I think everybody can get 100% on this. So the last thing is about active participation in this class. What makes this class great or good is all dependent upon you. I always believe that students that can make the class great. And I welcome all kinds of questions, anytime, any place, in any format. So don't hesitate to raise any questions anytime you can, either in the discussion sessions or in the Zoom sessions. I really believe that the questions are the key to the success of philosophical class. So these are my contact informations, and you can email me, call me, and you can use the chat to communicate with me. Again, I can't wait to meet with you in the Zoom session, and I look forward to talking with you, and I look forward to a very exciting semester together with you. Thank you. Bye now.